Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored by Spiegel Law PC, 516-873-1683, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, I&D Glop Market, and Reister's Bakery. Here are your hosts, David and Norm. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Dan. And, Norm, let's just dive into the stories. And we got blue skies overhead, and we got the northern lights somewhere on eastern Long Island. You don't have to go to Alaska to get there. I don't know exactly what's going on with the weather, but it's great out. No Debbie. Debbie's gone.
Done.
Last week we were talking about U.S. News and World Report, and they had this whole thing about Nassau County being number one in safety.
Right.
And, as you look around the news, a bunch of, horrible stories always going on in Nassau County. There was a traffic stop in Lakeview, and a 17-year-old was found with a loaded gun. In Elmont, a man assaulted two cops that were coming for a health visit. It's pretty dangerous out there.
So that's fact of life. I mean, kids are running around with guns, and thankfully our cops are catching them.
Yeah.
And stopping the speeders, also good. That the cops are being assaulted, that's also a fact of life now, but they've dealt with that guy and taken him off the street. So, I mean, that's as bad as good as...
Yeah, listen, I guess to your point, there's always crime going on somewhere.
Yeah. Keep in mind, when crime is down, it doesn't mean no crime is happening. Violent crime is down nationally, but most people wouldn't feel that because you hear these terrible headlines.
So we're better than most.
We're better than most, and wow, the loaded gun on Woodfield, that's right next door. And in other pieces in the news, I thought it was interesting that Blakeman so far has not signed the mask ban. And apparently he was really hot and heavy last week. We reported on it. I don't know if he's foot dragging or maybe it just hasn't come up to him, but you would have thought it would have been in effect right away.
Yeah, I'm surprised also.
I bet the ACLU is all queued up to fight that one.
Well, I think
big legal battle. It's very unlikely that would pass appeals courts.
And I think that's part of the problem, maybe. And again, I'm making this up because the ACLU, also, you walk down the street, there are people wearing masks just crossing the street. So what are you going to do, arrest them?
Yeah, I don't know that I want the cops spending their time questioning everybody with a mask to see if you have a health or religious reason.
No, I wonder if it's one of those things, too, where if they're already going after you for something else, they'll tack on the mask
That's exactly
charge.
what it is.
That's what it should be.
That's exactly what it is.
Participating in a violent crime or act of vandalism, public menace, then absolutely.
I don't know what this means that they can sort of throw books at people.
Well, I guess if you have a 17-year-old speeding down Woodfield and he has a loaded gun and maybe there's drugs in the car, but he has a mask, then you can, give him a citation for the mask.
You can tell the cops to be able to tell him to take the mask off.
Yeah, and by the way, they didn't say anything about drugs in the car. I'm just making that up. In the Long Island Herald, they had a great picture of the West Hempstead Pharmacy, their grand reopening, and there was Assemblyman Ed Ra. And it was really exciting. Owner Howard Jacobson was in the front and with his staff. They had the West Hempstead Chamber of Commerce. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a nice store. I've been in there a number of times. I love that place. It's amazing to me how many new pharmacies are opening in West Hempstead.
That's
crazy.
That's the real story.
What's the deal with
eventually, we do have to get to the bottom of it. And
it's a profitable business, and if you can play the insurance right, you can get
Yeah, but we've got two primary people who've been here forever, and they're trying to break into a marketplace that's tiny.
Yeah, you know what? It could be a whole bunch of things, but there's the sign next to Solly's for that pharmacy, and they say that they do medicines for dogs. They do their own compounding.
They should team up with Roosters.
Xanax. And then again, with the legalization of marijuana, I'm pretty sure that these stores are opening up in lieu of waiting for legalization. I don't know. I'm making that up. But it is really weird that there is literally 3 or 4 new pharmacies in our area that doesn't really need it. They can barely support the 2 that they have right now.
I don't get it.
I don't know. Well, we'll have to get to the bottom of it. If anyone knows and wants to let us know what's the inside scoop on pharmacies, we appreciate it. But meanwhile, shout out to West Hempstead Pharmacy and
congratulations.
Great stuff, and they should continue servicing the community of West Hempstead for many years to come. All right, so I think now is a good time for us to take a quick commercial break.
Tiffany Dry Cleaner is ready to handle all your cleaning, laundering, and dry cleaning needs. We offer free pickup and delivery Sunday to Friday in all communities. Give us a shot.
Welcome back. And in social media, there was a great story that the Jewish community is observing the holiday of Tisha B'Av. It's a fast day, and the library went out of its way to make Holocaust material available for people, which has sort of become a custom during this holiday. So I want to shout out to the library, and specifically to the librarian Elena Gensler for putting it all
Alana
together.
actually is one of the regular attendees at the service that I go to up at the Hank ECC, and she's really on top of things clearly.
Yeah, it's
The
great.
library is such a great place.
Yeah, I guess if you want to go watch Schindler's List, or they'll have a bunch of books. And
If we don't learn from the past, we're doomed to repeat it.
this is true. And in other news, so just as almost a recurring tagline, Popeyes. Every once in a while on social media, someone goes to this stupid post and says, "When is Popeyes going to open?" There's no activity. I don't know if it's dead. It's the Popeyes
I
that's
think he
near
has
the
a
Stop and
permit there.
Shop.
It's probably permits. I mean, I can't imagine why they wouldn't be.
But it's about 4 or 5 months. So
And there's also issues when you have a franchise for the franchise to come and approve everything.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it's
all
about.
right. Well,
So for everybody complaining about it on social media, we know we posted it in March. It's now August. It's not on us why the place isn't opening.
Exactly.
Call
There are
Popeyes and ask
there are other
them.
places to eat, fortunately.
Yes,
There's a White
there
Castle, there's a McDonald's, there's, no one's going hungry.
a lot of fast food. So, this is not a specific West Hempstead story, but I think it impacted all of us, certainly all of us of the age, with the announcement that WCBS 880 is going off the air. And, I certainly remember growing up as a kid and waiting for the school announcements, for closures. And they always brought that, kind of fair and balanced perspective. And basically all they did was bring you the news.
Well, that and 1010 News are the
Well,
two
that's-
stations, and that's just not enough room for two of them.
Right.
Exactly.
It's hard to imagine waking up in the morning without traffic and weather on the 8s, but it seems like the 24-hour news cycle is just not in vogue anymore. With the streaming era, people can get information anytime they want. They don't have to turn on the radio to know what's going on. But sports is where the money is, and this station's bandwidth is going to ESPN.
ESPN, correct.
And they'll make a lot more money out of it from sports programming, which seems to be much more lucrative.
Yeah.
So now you can sit there and listen to people scream at each other about really obscure bits
How
of
bad the
history.
Knights suck.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, WABC was taking credit for the demise of 880, but
Yes, Sid Rosenberg.
yeah, there you go. So Norm, what do we got going on?
So it's interesting, we always report on what's going on in Long Beach, what's going on in Point Lookout. I want to talk about Eisenhower Park. The Lakeside Theater has a ton of stuff going on. And starting on Friday, they have Zach Brown, tribute band. And most of these are 7 to 9 p.m. Saturday's a doo-wop show. Sunday, Pakistani American night. Ukrainian American night is the following day on Monday. And then on Thursday, Let's Sing Taylor with Taylor Swift kind of songs. It sounds like a lot of stuff and a lot of fun.
You're a huge Taylor fan, right?
Isn't everyone?
What's not to like?
I don't know.
Hey, Norm, I hear there's some boats floating around as well down at Hempstead Lake State Park.
Amazing thing. They started selling tickets to these paddle boats.
Yeah.
You can rent a paddle boat. It holds 4 people. I think it was $80
Yes.
to use it for, an hour? And you can paddle around the lake is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
By the way, I use my kayak there, and I think it's one of the most pristine places we have in Nassau County, maybe on the island as a whole. So if you have some time and you want to go down to the lake, enjoy it.
Yeah, and Adam, you saw people jumping in the water there, so...
Yeah, Hempstead Lake Park is one of the most beautiful resources we have here in the area. I go there very frequently. I was riding along the bike trail, which is a great bike trail. You can go all the way up to Rockville Center on that trail and back. When I came back, I found this swimming hole. Regardless of the instructions not to swim, people were enjoying the cooling off the day, and that's when I saw these paddle boats, which seems to be a new addition to the offerings there in the park. It's a great way to spend time with your family. You could fit, as Norm said, a nice sized family into the boat and spend an hour on the
Yeah.
boat.
Well, always something going on at the park. It's really
Yeah,
amazing,
love
whether
it.
it's pickleball or paddleball,
Barbecues, baseball, basketball,
all that good stuff.
tennis.
Wow, I could really use some coffee right now. So you know what?
Get to the park.
No better place to have coffee than at Reisterer's. And also, they happen to have some amazing specials this week. They got those mini pastries. I don't know how they make those little things. They're really amazing. They got lemon meringue and key lime tarts. So you know what? If you're hungry, head over to Reisterer's, grab a cup of coffee, have a sandwich, you'll have a great time. And I think that'll do it for this week in West Hempstead. I want to thank you, Norm. I want to thank you, Dan and Adam, for joining us, and hope you have a great week.
Thanks for watching, everybody. If you would like to sponsor our program, much like Spiegel Law, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, IND Glot Market, and Reister's Bakery, please reach out to us at sales@westhempsteadecho.com.
Welcome to IND Glot. We love our customers. We have the freshest produce. We have all the groceries you need. We have the best cuts of beef, veal, lamb, chicken for the best price. And of course, a bakery department with all fresh cookies, cakes, and freshest bakery item. And of course, with a takeout department with delicious food. If you need to place an order, do it online. We'll deliver it to you, or come into the store and shop. We can't wait to see you.